Hey, what's going on out there? Atlanta Falcons fans, NFL fans, Smitty Sports Machine, A1 Forever, 95 North Falcons talk show. That's what we do, man. We bring y'all the best content out there, man. What's going on? Mock draft, man. We want to get y'all thoughts on this draft, man. Me and A1, man, we came up with a thought a couple of weeks ago about letting y'all do y'all own draft because actually, I'd like to get y'all opinion on who y'all would pick. We know we might see some trade backs. We know we might see some unorthodox picks because I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all watch my first two mock drafts, y'all saw I went defense first time, offensive line second time. And yep, I said it, offensive line. Because at the end of the day, got to be able to protect your investment at quarterback. But before we get into all that, man, Chris, man, tell the folk what's up, man.
Hey man, what's going on, everybody? We said we was gonna bring this to you, let you guys choose, saying exactly which direction the Falcons go. Falcon fans, you were on the clock. This is a full fan participation show, so we need you guys. We can't do this without you. We're gonna ask you different questions, like similar, like if for a player, like if it's Will Johnson, put a 1 in the chat. If it's Mike Green, put a 2 in the chat. All depends on what's at 15. Could be even a trade back option as well. We're gonna give it all to you guys, and we're gonna make it fun, man. This is supposed to be fun. This ain't supposed to be boring or anything. So let's have fun. Let's get after it. It's not gonna take forever because the Falcons don't have a lot of draft picks, but we're gonna see where it goes. And man, hey,
but if they extend it, we might have to go along with it. But
hey.
Before we get started, man, y'all go to the sports machine, man, because I just dropped a video on the trade idea that came about sport news. Just go check that out, man. Go to the Hawks Digest. Check out A1 Forever, man. A1 Sports. He's on Hawks Digest on YouTube, man. Y'all please go check that out. Great Hawks news. Keep y'all informed on what's going on with the team. Free agency draft, anything that you need to know about the Hawks. A1 got you over on the Hawks Digest. But
just went over 1,000 subs over there last night, so thank you to all the ones that's already subscribed to Hawks Digest. In a month's time, we was able to, get it to go over 1,000. Very thankful for that, and we're gonna keep on chugging, keep on going beyond. And like I said, thank you guys for the ones who are already subscribed to the Hawks Digest. We really thank you guys.
Facts. But yeah, man, we're gonna get this thing going. The mock draft simulator we're going to use is Pro Football Network. They're the only one that updated the Falcons into being 5 picks instead of 4 because a lot of the mock draft websites only had the Falcons with 4 picks. And honestly, we need all the damn picks we can get, which is why you may see a trade or 2 in this draft. But before we get started, I will like to say, and we just heard it over the sound waves and the internet news.
Right.
The salary cap will increase by $21 to $26 million. We don't know for sure yet, but the good news with the Atlanta Falcons, they will start a new league year off in the positive, and they can make more moves going forward to increase that number, which I think they will do. A lot of veterans, like I said, a lot of your favorite players could be on the chopping block. And honestly, I have no problem with that because at the end of the day, it's a business and you can't fall in love with the players because one day, whether you like it or not, their retirement paper is going to be turned into the NFL offices. So, you got to stay out when it comes to these players. But go ahead, man. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yes, somebody got to go. Man. I was just going to say, yeah, man, that's a significant jump from 255. And it's going to be dropping in between anywhere from 277.5 to 281.5, and that's a star player or a couple of role players right there. So we're going to see what the Falcons are going to go. Hopefully they do right by the money and not try to, extend too many guys who's been here for too long, or or some guys who don't have a lot of equity into the team. We'll see where it goes. But at the end of the day, this is a huge offseason for the Atlanta Falcons, Terry Fontenot, everyone. So, Let's get after it.
So let's get to it, man. Like I said, we're gonna use Pro Football Network, and we're gonna pick the Atlanta Falcons. We're gonna do the 7 rounds, and let's see. We're gonna go fast, man, because we don't want to sit around and wait on these draft picks, especially going from round 4 all the way to round 7. But like I said, you could see a trade knows, and trades happen. So let's look at the top 14 picks. First, let's look at the trade offers. Say we have 3 on. Okay. That's a good pick, but I'm not moving that far back, even though it's 2 third-rounders in there.
Okay, so perspective. About that one, that was pretty much like a high second round because you're looking at the 31st, and that was like a high second round. Looking at the 63rd, that's like a high third rounder. You know, I know it's at the bottom of the end of those. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's technically like 2 third rounders, 2026 5th round.
So what are the other deals?
I would think about it. But my thing is, I would have to see what everything else is.
Okay, Eagles is 1 pick further back. That's an even better deal, to be honest, because you get a second and a third next year. That's an even better deal to me. LA is the last one, and they're pick 26 and 90 in the second round of next year.
And then we got to give up pick 244. What's the other ones that we had to see? The other 2 deals, we don't have to give up a pick.
Nope.
All right, so we have come to that first milestone. Yeah, so guys, all right. Are we making okay? All right, before we do that, hit the hide button. Hit that hide button.
Oh, my bad.
All right, so now I was saying for the draft because I wanted to see what players were available.
Oh, the hide button, my bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we got 3 draft offers. Most likely, we're not going to take that Rams one.
What position are you going to look at first? Let's start right now. What position we going
to I mean, well, we already see that Will Johnson is gone, so that cornerback spot is gone. He went to the Dolphins.
Yeah, so we got James Pierce to the Packers, Michael Williams to the Bears.
Damn, they got Malachi Starks. What the Panthers gonna do with Malachi Starks?
Hey, they need the safety help, man. They need all the help on defense they can get. He a tone setter. So that's really not a bad pick if you think about it. He's one of the most talented players in this draft. But
terrible
2 edge rushers that are off the board.
Oh wow! Look at the Cowboys
already. Ashton Jennings, ooh, that's crazy. A running back.
Yeah, I was like, wow, look at the Cowboys.
But I honestly see them taking an offensive lineman, to be honest with you. Like you said, Will Johnson off the board. So we're at Nick Scordon, Mike Green, Shamar Stewart, Jack Sawyer, Donovan Iziraku, Boston College, Landon Jackson, and JT Tumalu. So those are the top edge rushers so far.
You see what we need? Edge, corner, linebacker, something else we need. Ooh, Jalen Walker is out there still, y'all.
Jahad Campbell is another good.
Yeah, I like Campbell too, though. Barrett Carter.
I'm going to shock you with this one, though. Siobhan Rivera is going to be a good NFL corner.
Yeah, I think so. East Carolina. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Trey Amos is a sleeper as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's good cornerback options out there. But the only way I would go with one of these corners, I trade back just a little bit. And if we trade back, we're going to be out of the running for one of these top guys. So
what about the safety position? Who's left there? Because I think that's the Malachi Stark.
The guys I'm looking at.
Yeah, okay. Then they got Barron as a safety.
Is a good one. Nick Imawari is a good one. Jahad Barron, who they have as a safety, is a corner or safety.
He's a corner.
Yeah, so he could be a nickel guy. I don't know why they have him at safety, but he could be, a nickel corner or safety. Xavier Watts, like I said, is one guy that I'm watching that I think going to be a sleeper in this draft. Like I said, Nick Warrior is a good one. Him and Kyle Kennard, they Red Hill at South Carolina. that South Carolina team is very underrated from last year. I think they were like 9-3 or 9-4 or something like that, but they played pretty good last year. But
okay,
so all right, so this is what we have a defensive tackle, and that's another position that we're probably looking at.
Dang, they got Hartman right there.
Right.
They got Williams out there. Ooh, Walter Nolen. But I know he's 29th. I know you make a trade back to get him though. Oh man, okay, Falcon fans. We got players. We got trade scenarios here. Like, so I'm trying to figure out, all right, if you want us to take an edge, put a 1 in the chat. If you want us to take a defensive tackle, put a 2 in the chat. Again, an edge, put the 1 in the chat. Defensive tackle, put a 2 in the chat. Linebacker or corner, put a 3 in the chat. And if we should look into the trades, put a 4. So those are your 4 options. 1, edge. 2, defensive tackle. 3, a linebacker or a corner. 4, make the trade.
Okay, so far we got
they coming in. They coming in. That's what I'm talking about, man. Put them votes in there, man.
We got 2 1s, 2 2s, and 2 4s and 1 3.
Hey, we still got more coming in, though. We still got more coming in. That's what I'm talking about, Falcon fans. We on the clock, baby.
It's gonna be tough.
I'm talking about. Hey man,
I gotta remember, if we trade back,
that's how loaded this draft is.
So that's how loaded this draft is. We'll get it one more time.
We look at them foes starting to pick up.
Yeah, see,
them foes starting to pick up.
So we got the Eagles right there with those 2 picks in the 2nd and the 3rd. And we had a Rams with pick 26.
Yeah, I'm good. The pick 26 is good. Honestly, I would have went with that deal right there if we didn't have to give up 1 of our picks. I would have went back to 26.
It's a 7th-round pick. You really trade 7th for about a 5th. So I mean, you moving up and you get an extra 2nd next year. So
you get an extra
not a bad trade. So we're gonna go Philly. We're gonna go Kansas City.
All right. So is it gonna be Philly or Kansas City, y'all? From when I was looking at it, I'm looking at it right now. We had at first the 1s and 2s were doing it, but the 4s, I believe the 4s. As I'm looking, I'm still looking. Yeah, the 4s look like they took it. Like the 4s took it. So Falcon fans have spoken. We are going to trade back, and now we just need you guys to put in the chat. Are we going for the deal for the Eagles, which is pick 32, pick 64, 2 2026 draft picks, as in the 2nd and 3rd round? So you would get a 2nd and 3rd round from the Eagles. Or are we going Kansas City? Pick 31. What was it? Pick 31, pick 63, and what was it, Smitty? It was pick 61, pick 63 for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Pick 61, 63, 66, and a 5th.
Yeah.
26. That's not
and that right there, that's ooh boy. Man. That's rough right there. I ain't gonna lie, both of those.
Y'all gotta remember, if y'all miss out one of them key edge rushes, even though edge rushes deep in the draft, it's just certain guys you don't want to miss out on. Because like I've been telling y'all from the jump, my number 1, I have a player every year that I think the Falcons should take and can come in and make an instant impact. And I think Jalen Walker is one of those guys.
Hey, Willie Dopp just asked a good question though. He said, "Why not the Rams?" I mean, honestly, I think we're looking at it as what's the most we can possibly get. Now, 26 is a great position. Not even gonna lie to you, probably get you a steal right there. But the Falcons are just in a bad position, man. We need draft capital. We need holes to fill. So it's like you kind of got to look at the most. Because, I mean, look, even a 2026 2nd, that's great.
But think about this too, Chris. even if we do get that number 90 pick, we can always use that to trade back again. So
I mean,
it's
you
really
could.
not a bad pick. So that number 90
Good.
pick could turn into 2 more picks. Maybe a
Maybe
a,
that.
sa- maybe a later 5th and a 7th or something like that. But yeah, man. So I see in the chat they say we're gonna go
They saying
with
Kansas City.
Saying go with
City.
Kansas City.
So we're gonna go
So
with
okay.
Kansas City.
All right, now I don't want to hear nothing
So I
later.
don't
Like,
want-
boy, y'all didn't get their second and third rounder. Nah, man, we need picks this year, and we need players that can play this year. To be honest with you, I think we really do.
Right.
Along to go with that mix from last year, bro. Yeah, man. So it looks like that's what we're gonna have to do. Yeah, man. No, technology be tripping sometimes.
Yeah, man.
All right.
So we're gonna go Chiefs, and we're gonna make this trade.
All right. Woo.
So hold off on the trades for a second to see what.
Yeah. We gotta see who don't came off the board now. Oh,
Well,
Mike
y'all
Green
see right out the
left.
bat, Mike Green right there. He got rid off the board. We talked about Trey
The
Amos.
Commanders out of all people.
Shahad Campbell is gone. Nick scored.
Amos is gone.
Harmon. So yeah, so
Harmon. Amos.
A lot of talent.
They go your boy Siobhan. He gone. Oh, Jalen Walker gone. Who did they take? Tyler Booker, offensive guard from Alabama.
That makes sense because their offensive line was terrible in the Super Bowl. So
man, what?
So now we got pick 31 in the draft. We're gonna go back to corner. Maxwell Harrison is one of my favorite players in this draft. Azariah Thomas is another one from Florida State. Edge, Shamar Stewart, Jack Sawyer, JT Tuamalu, Prince. I can't pronounce that, so I'm not going to even try. And Kyle Kenora, who I took in my latest mock draft. So we're going to just say Prince U. Kyle Kenora is who I took, so he's still on the board. So
that's crazy that a guy that they said would be gone by 15 is still up there in Shamar Stewart, by the way. Okay, right. Barrett Carter, Chris Paul
Jr. is another guy that I'm watching from Ole Miss. Do it all linebacker. Safety, who we talked about, J.D. Barrett. That would be a nice pick right here. Xavier Watts. Let's go defensive tackle. Talik Williams, Walter Nolen.
Walter Nolen still there.
Yeah, that's who I'm probably going to go with this pick is Walter Nolen. So y'all see the picks. Y'all give me an idea who y'all want to take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nolen is probably going to be my pick. Jalen Walker is gone. He went to the Arizona Cardinals.
Yep, he went to the Cardinals. Mike Green going to the Reds.
Hey, Mike, I like Barron, Jahdae Barron as well.
Yeah, I like Barron as well. I really do.
Nolen feels an immediate need, and if they want to move on from Grady Jarrett, they can do that with a Walter Nolen pick. And all
right, put it in the chat, y'all. Put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat. Up on his belt right now. And Brandon Doyle I don't know what they were doing with him last year, but they have to get him on the field this year to see what he got. They spent the 4th round pick on him, so let's see what he has.
But last year they just had him running DoorDash because you remember we had what's his name? Because he out there somewhere else doing DoorDash now. Who is that? Dave Ragone. He took over Dave Ragone's job. We had rookies and stuff like that did not play last year. So this year we're gonna have
Can you believe that he's still getting job interviews?
Yeah, I can believe it. I mean, he's an NFL mind, so I mean I can believe it at the end of the day. I'm not surprised about it.
Corners that are left. Out of these corners right here, it's a tie between Maxwell Harrison and Azariah Thomas. Those are my 2 favorites from this point on. Darien Porter, he can play. Darien Porter, he's 6'2", 170, so he's like a lengthy type corner. Say he's
Mm-hmm.
dynamic, versatile athlete, speed, fluid. And he played wide receiver, so he has kind of
You got the ball
honestly, he
skill.
got kind of an advantage. Yeah, he got the ball skills. But it says elite burst and top end speed allow him to cover significant ground. Backgrounds and receiver mean displays long ball tracking skills. So hey, raw athleticism. What else could you ask for, man? 6'2", 197. Maybe yeah, maybe if he's there, we take the next pick. I would think about taking him. But
Man.
we're gonna take Nolen right here.
So Nolen,
That's what chat wants. So that's what we're gonna
chat saying Nolen. All right, we're taking a big defensive tackle.
So this is
Somebody
what we
that's
get.
a safety.
293. Upside talent, flashy dominant, but struggles with consistency. That's bad news. But he's disruptive. Good in the run game, and I saw a lot of his film. He has good potential, and I think he will be a steal in this draft at this point because I see people saying he might end up being a first round pick.
Man, the Bears
So
got
we're back at the trades again, and pick 46. That's a no for Indy.
Now, Kansas City, I've already worked with you, man. What y'all think, man? What y'all think in the chat? Right, what y'all think in the chat? Should we trade back again here, or do we need to kind of stick to our guns and try to get some players now? I think
there's another name right here that I see that's done fell a little bit. This Omar Lott kid, he's a house. 6'3", 6'4", 315. He's more like 330. Rare blend of size, power, and agility. Former 4-star, explosive, dominant in the run game, and wins leverage battles. So that's a good thing. And honestly, that would be a name I would be looking for on day 2 because I had him in my first mock draft, and I looked at a good little bit of film on him. Man, that dude is disruptive as hell, and his name is going to keep rising up the boards the closer we get. But we at pick 46, man. What position y'all want to look at? We still at defense.
They putting in the chat. Most people are saying that we got enough picks. Let's keep 46. Let's not trade that away. So let's look at some players, man. Let's see what we got. Okay, you got Chris Paul Jr. still out there at linebacker.
We go with linebackers. Chris Paul Jr., who y'all can go watch his my breakdown on him and how he fits with the Falcons. I put a little film in there just for y'all, man. Yeah. So
and then you got what's that corner? I don't know if a corner. Okay, Denzel Burke still there. Kobe Bryant.
That's one of my favorites from Kansas.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant is out there. I honestly,
5'11", 175. He was a little small, but his instincts, his athleticism, his speed, he's a natural ball hawk, and he's physical only because he's small. But you want that in the smaller corner. And I think Kobe
Bryant, that in Clark Phillips already, though, don't we?
Yeah, but you can't have too many playmakers. And sometimes those smaller guys, they honestly, they play a little bit more physical than the bigger guys. What it says safe.
I think Kobe can be there, because we got picks 63 and 66. I think Kobe will still be around in that area, possibly. I mean, I could be wrong, of course, but I'm just guesstimating here. I'm
looking at that Jalen Reed pick from Penn State with one of those mid-third rounders if he's still there. Jalen Reed, he's one of my favorite safeties in this draft. He's a physical guy, instinctive, good at run support. Yeah, I watch film on him as well. And he does have a high football IQ. So,
and they say the only knock on him really is he over pursuits, over commits. The coaches can coach him up on that, so that's really not nothing to talk about.
We had one of the best in Jerry Gray, so that's so what we're gonna go with this pick, y'all. We're gonna go edge linebacker because I have Cole Kennard on my board on my latest mock
Ooh, but
draft.
they putting them in there.
They putting them in there. I've seen edge or double dip for defensive tackle. I see
Okay,
edge,
now if we double
edge
dip for
safety
tackle,
or
does that mean that y'all think Grady Jarrett is good as gone? If we double dip at defensive tackle?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think if we take Walter Nolen, Grady Jarrett is gone. Because my thing is, we already got Roop, we already got Dorless,
True, true.
and then we
And
go and get Nolan too.
they may bring back Kentavious Street. Zach Harrison plays a little bit of defensive
Zach,
tackle.
Zach need to be on the edge.
Yeah, but you know how they were using him last year. He was lined up all over the place. So we're gonna go edge or we're gonna go linebacker. If we go edge, Chris, you make the pick. If we go linebacker, I make the pick. But if y'all have somebody in mind that y'all think that could come in right away, y'all drop it in the chat.
See, let me see what we got here. Okay, dog pound goes cornerback. Let's see, so that's one for corner. Let's see, Dr. Ganja 99 says edge or cornerback. Let's see, we got edge. Let's see, that's another edge or double dip. It looks like really, man, it's gonna be edge because a lot of people are saying edge regardless.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it looks like it's gonna be edge. I know I see one guy says linebacker, and I'm there's no fault on that, but I'm looking. Okay, what's at the edge position? We do need an edge position. Oh
Okay,
shoot,
so
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I ain't gonna lie to you. It's either gonna be Princely. Oh well, man, they got Sawyer there too, but that's either gonna be Princely or a double K for me. But of course, Falcon fans, if we're going edge, please let us know, saying which one you want. Me personally, I thinking you take it. I mean, Sawyer's there too, yeah, but I'm thinking for the Falcons, you go either Princely you or Kyle Kennard.
Yeah, you need some decent size. And let me see what Jack Sawyer's size is. He's a little bit on the he's 6'5", 265. Well, it says 260, but to me, he's closer to 250. He does have a nose for making plays. He does have good instincts, but how would that pan out at the next level when it comes to that? You look at Princely, 6'4", 265, and he may be a little bit bigger than that. It says he flashes technical brilliance, star potential, natural being strength and length, disruptive pass rusher, consistent, has been elusive, but his late career surge, hence untapped inside. So which one y'all want to go? Sawyer, Princely, or Kennard?
To be honest with you, man, like I said, for me, it's either Princely or Kennard. But I still, of course, this is not my show. This is not our show. This is the fan show right here. So I'm looking in the chat, man. I'm about to see what the chat gonna say. Let's see. Okay. We got okay, Princely. Okay, Kyle. Princely. All right. So one would be Princely, I'm assuming that Leonard is saying. Okay, we got some people saying go Kyle. Woo, we got it going back and forth. Dr. Ganja says Princely had the best bend. We need some speed off that edge. And hey, one thing about it, his name is Dr. Ganja, but trust me, he's not on it. Because he is telling the truth. We need some speed off that edge.
Crazy thing about it, if we take two Ole Miss players and they end up on the same squad and they played together before, that means they're gonna feed off each other. So that is a positive. If you have two players from the same school, knowing that
chemistry, family chemistry is so underrated in sports. It really is. And
that's true, Dr. Ganja. Yeah, they were neck and neck with the pass rate. I read that.
Mm-hmm. So, ooh, boy, man, it's like my thing is I like Double K, but a Princely, if you mess around and pair him with his teammate, you can get that chemistry. That's kind of honestly, bro. I got it. Let's do it because of the chemistry that those two players have with one another. Haven't we been complaining about the fact that the Falcons didn't take chemistry in the Georgia players, and now look at the Eagles? So I'm just saying perspective, guys. If you get guys that already have played with one another and know how to come in and play together, then hey, why not, man? Because that's what the Eagles did, and now look what they did. 3 Super Bowls in 7 years and hoisting 2 Lombardis in that. I'm just saying, guys, we got to change up some things sometimes.
Facts. But let's get this thing going. What we at? So we got an edge and we got a defensive tackle. So what position we gonna look at next? Do y'all want to slide over to safety, corner, or go to the other side and see what they have on the offensive line and wide receiver?
Man, you may have to take. Well, I don't know. I mean, who's at safety and linebacker? Well, I mean, safety, linebacker, corner. It's like my thing is whatever you don't get in the draft, you have to nail in free agency. But my thing is, man, we got so many holes, bro. It's like we need people on the line, we need linebackers, we need corner help, we need safety help, and it's like you can't get it all in the draft. But it's just, sheesh. I think we need to look at offensive line. I think you at least got to take a peek at it. And they saying it in the chat too. I know a couple of see Dre Harrison offensive line, Breeze 1500 said safety. Willie Doc says offensive line. Let me see what it says. Reed GA cornerback or safety. Dr. Ganja safety. Let me see. Michael Go. I'm not going to even do you. I'm not even going to do your last name like that. Let me see. He says safety. It was crazy. I was going to say Michael Goski because I ain't want to mess it up, but I'm just going to say Michael Go. Let's see. Dr. Ganja. Yeah, I mean, we got a couple of safeties. We got some offensive line. We got some linebacker.
I think Jalen Reed and Malachi Moore would be my 2 picks at safety because I talked about Malachi Moore in one of my mock drafts. Mm-hmm. So he would be one of my picks. Corner, Darien Porter, we talked about him.
Kobe Bryant still out there. But I still think you don't even have to take him here. Yeah, I still don't even think you take him here.
So
we said linebacker or we said offensive line?
Linebacker.
This one.
Barrett Carter, Carson Schlesinger, Chris Paul still out there, one of my picks. Smael Mondon from Georgia, Demetrius Knight, Jeffrey Bossa, who was balling down at the Mobile in Bo Mill, so that's a name to look forward for. Let's go to offense for a minute. Let's look at tackle. Hollin Pierce, Anthony Belton, Chris Lunt, Charles Grant.
Mm-hmm. But the urgency to nail this draft, though, guys. That right there, the urgency to nail this draft.
Now, if y'all want a true slot receiver, this is Xavier Restrepo dude from Miami. He has Wes Welker written all over him. This is a dude that can stretch the field. He can find holes in defense, pick them apart. And the way he just plays the game is just, hands down something to see. And y'all just go back and watch Miami Hurricane film. And if y'all see it, y'all see this guy does never make play.
Let me answer this question real quick. News Sports HBCU EDU. The thing about with James Pierce, he went before 15. James Pierce was going like pick 11, bro. So I mean, so we didn't even have the opportunity to even ponder on making a decision.
He went to Green Bay in a trade.
And so I'm like, so we didn't even get a chance to even look at him at all. And that's somebody that I like, actually. That's somebody I wouldn't mind seeing in the Falcons uniform, seriously. But, we'll see where it happens with it.
Yeah, so
some guys, man, even Will Johnson was gone before 15.
One quick question. Before we make this pick, why do they have Need as a tight end up there? Do they know something that we don't know? because
Bro,
we signed Charlie Warner to a multi-year deal.
I have been quietly looking at that. Like, what is that supposed to mean?
So what we gonna go here?
Saying that we need a tight end. They're basically saying Kyle Pitts ain't it.
Yeah, and we had Charlie Warner, and we can go get another free agent tight end. Previous picks are we traded back all the way back to the end of the first round. We got Walter Nolen from Ole Miss. We kept pick 46, I think it was. And we got his teammate Prince U. So Prince U, man.
Yeah,
so,
Prince U, man.
Yeah, so those are the 2 picks we have so far. So what is the next position or player that y'all see at pick 63? Because if y'all want my honest opinion, with all these defensive tackles still on the board, I wouldn't be surprised if we double dip. Because you got to have size up front. One name that I still see on the board right here at pick is 62 is Darien Porter, cornerback. We need somebody opposite AJ Terrell. Yeah, Mike Hughes may get re-signed, and Clark Phillips, I think he plays better in the slot, and we possibly could get another cornerback via free agency. But in the draft, I would look at a guy like Darien Porter, as I said earlier. He's 6'2", almost 200 pounds, elite size, and y'all know in the NFC South, we got these big-ass wide receivers, and as I've been reading, Chris Godwin is coming back. So, so we got to get corner help, because you got to think about all of these guys that we're going to lose via free agency.
Yeah, Falcons got a lot of free agents coming up for real, bro. I think the number is closer in the 20s. I don't know the exact number, but I want to say it's like 20 something guys.
Yeah, it's about 20. It's about 20 or a little bit after that.
Yeah.
Dr. Gundy said Porter runs 4.38. And I see 2 people saying we need to go cornerback.
Got a couple of linebackers. I even see a right tackle out there.
Oh, we got to get one. Even if it could be the next pick, who knows?
Well, but I agree with Dog Pound, bro. Like, honestly, we need CV2. We need a cornerback, too, since we drafted AJ. Just keep it real. We've been having Band-Aids over there for the longest, man. We've tried Band-Aid after Band-Aid, and I don't know. We need to get some, even if whether it's a veteran, whether we get another guy and try to groom him, we need some cornerback play, y'all.
Facts. And you see Azarel Thomas, he gone already. And he jumped over Porter. And where did he go? He went to the Chargers, who need cornerback help. Because Asante Chamberlain Jr. is a free agent.
Somebody that could be a Falcon, by the way. I would take the risk on Asante Samuel Jr. And it's not just because his dad played for the Falcons. It's not just because of that. I just believe, that gene, he got that Samuel gene, and he's a good corner. He just has been having some struggles staying healthy. But I would take the risk on ASJ. I really would.
So we went Darien Porter, Iowa State. So we had pick 66. And they did the same trade they just pulled for the last one. And pick 89 and 127 with the Texans. That would be a good trade with that third round of next year. But I'm going to reject that one as well. So, yeah, we went defensive tackle, edge rusher, cornerback. So now we'll build a depth on defense. So what do we do now? Do we switch over and go offensive tackle? Do we try to find?
I was just about to say, bro. Let's look at the offense. Let's just see who's. Oh God, Barrett Carter is still there though.
He is.
Yeah, bro. And
Tyleek Williams
and Tyleek Williams. And Walker still there. Good Lord.
Yeah, so that's gonna be tough to pass that up. But this is where you have a linebacker, Barrett Carter, Schlesinger, Paul, Jay Higgins, who's a thumper as well. Demetrius Knight, who's a tackling machine at South Carolina. So let's go with the offense, man. See what the tackle position has.
Yeah, let's try to get away from
them on the board.
We know that this is going to be a defensive heavy draft, though. That's the crazy thing. Like, it's going to be hard not to look at some of these defensive guys. It really is. It's going to be hard, especially when we need them.
Facts.
Who on the offensive tackle side? Let's see.
Hollin Pierce is the highest ranked tackle left on the board. Johnny Cornelius.
Anthony Bennington.
342. So when it comes to the run game, this guy's going to dominate. And the Falcons are a run first team right now, especially with Bijan going over 1,000 yards this season. He's only, to me, going to get better. So they have to keep stacking the offensive line to keep getting consistent, numbers out of Bijan. So a guy that's 6'8", 342, fucking powerhouse. It makes a lot of sense. Says his length and strong hands allow him to control defenders, maintain leverage and pass protection, while his awareness and footwork help him with stunts and blitzes. And that's the only thing, and we talk about it with Caleb McGarry. When it comes to blitzes and speedy edge rushing, Caleb McGarry struggles. So could a guy like Hollin Pierce come in at 6'8", 342, come in and battle him for that starting spot? Or do you groom him one season under McGarry, or bring in a veteran, a cheaper veteran than McGarry, let Hollin Pierce learn behind him? It's a toss-up. But that kind of size don't come every day. And we actually passed on an offensive tackle in the first round a couple of years ago that I think would have came in and solidified that right side of Panay Sewell, but they passed on it. But so what y'all thinking about in the chat?
Let's see what we're going on. Let's see what we got.
Adoree Jackson would be a good pickup, but I feel like at this point in his career, he's a better slot corner. And I just think that I actually think Clark Phillips has that spot sold up. And don't forget, D. Offer is a free agent, but he's a restricted free agent.
Mm-hmm. So we possibly can bring him back. And I wouldn't be mad if they brought D. Offer back, to be honest with you. I mean, I know he had that debacle in out there in Minnesota, but you look at his year as a whole, it wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't bad. He did get attacked a lot this year, I believe. I believe that a lot of teams felt like he was like one of the weak spots, so he would have to tighten up there. But also, you got to think about new defensive coordinator. Maybe it's a new scheme and everything like that. Maybe they can put him in the right positions to where he always succeeds. But, D. Offer was also a guy who came from the mud. You know what I'm saying? He was in the CFL. We went and got him, brought him here. And, shoot, honestly, he's had better games here than you know what I'm saying, I can say against games that I was like, oh man, what is he doing? It's just just perspective.
So far we got Pierce or a linebacker. They say take Pierce or a linebacker with Willie Dock. North Dakota State, Cody Mock. He's already in that field. I forgot who he's with. I want to say he's with Tampa or New York. It's one of those teams. So they say go with Pierce and let him sit. And I can rock with that.
Pierce and let him sit?
Yeah, I can rock with that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, he is huge. Like I agree. You can't teach that size.
Yeah, a run first team like the Falcons, run heavy. Well, not run heavy, but they use the run game to set up their pass game. So it makes sense. So we're gonna go with Hollin Pierce at pick number 66.
There, Hollin Pierce it is. Ooh, a lot of guys for the slide off the board now. We know. It's going to be a minute before the Falcons, and we back. 117.
So we went offensive tackle. We dived into the offensive tackle position, and look who's the first name that pops up on the board. One of my favorite players in this draft, and if y'all go to my page, y'all will see it. Mr. Ricky White. If y'all go back and watch that profile I did on why he could be a hidden gem for the Atlanta Falcons, you talk about a guy 6'1", 195, that can stretch the field. Good run out to the catch, great vision on the field. Just go watch that. Just go watch that draft profile video. Y'all will get exactly what I'm saying because I labeled everything that he could do that you can see him do with the Falcons. And honestly, to me, he's a Darnell Mooney clone. And I think that's a good thing because Darnell Mooney another year in this offense up under Zach Robinson and getting the football thrown by Michael Penix is totally different from Kirk Cousins. I think Darnell Mooney is going to strive next season. And if he doesn't get hurt, he has 1,000-yard season.
So, right. I was so upset for him. Because I was just like, God dang, that's how I knew. I said, man, his shoulder had to be toe up if he couldn't go out there and get one first down.
What's up, Meek? What's good, my dude? Yeah, Dr. Gundry. Yeah, he gonna be a beast, man. Whoever and honestly, they have him as a day 3 pick, but some reason, I think he's gonna go in day 2. He's gonna be a 3rd round.
Oh yeah.
Pick. Somebody's gonna take that chance.
Yeah, somebody's gonna take the chance on him. It may be Buffalo.
What's good, nephew? Yeah,
so
they could. Yeah, Buffalo could definitely use receivers. You look at guys like say like Miami who have Waddle and Tyreek Hill is unhappy, and you know they know that they're gonna need receivers in Miami. So Ricky White could end up there. You can see him in Seattle. Even the Saints down in New Orleans, they need receivers because Chris Olave can't stay healthy. And you know, trust me, Ricky White is going to be a name that y'all will see it. Closer we get to draft, Ricky White name is going to come up a lot. So we see Ricky White right there. Let's go back to defense and see what we have. So defense, Howard Cross the third. Jordan Phillips is another kid. He's a big kid. Size 6'1", 318. And he's had listed at 6'3", 320, but that's not his size. He's gifted athlete, freaks list, big dude, space eater. And it says he can be selected higher than many anticipate. So that's a guy to look at a defensive tackle. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind double dipping that defensive tackle because you got to win the game in the trenches. It's just that simple.
What the linebacker look like?
So linebackers, Smael Mondon is still there. Dennis Sportsman is still there. Jeffrey Bossa, who I told y'all was balling down in mobile. 6'1", 226, a little bit on the small side. Jamon Dumas Johnson, former Georgia Bulldog, transferred.
Yeah, I remember him.
Says he's an underrated linebacker whose skill set should translate well, despite a day 3 selection. Combined explosive short area movement, linear speed, sharp pursuit angles, in coverage with impressive play strength and physicality against the run. And that's what we need. He's 6 feet. He's a little bit on the small side in height at 6 feet, 246. But we don't worry about that because one thing about it, we know former Georgia Bulldog, they just come to play. Just that simple. Mm-hmm. So what position are y'all looking at it with this pick?
Hey, well, heck yeah, what's good? Said Meek Washington's in the chat. What's good, Jaden Knight? What it do? Saying what's good, Unc and Chris eating them fried chicken wings. You know,
hey, man,
we got Zay in the bag, man. We got Zay in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Philly still having nightmares about Zay in the bag out there, regardless of them winning the Super Bowl. They was like, as long as we ain't got to see the guy with the Falcon chain no more, that's be all good. Shout out to you, man. What is this? Victor Jones, shout out to you. Saying Malachi Starks going to the Eagles. Bird dogs. Yeah, I'm like, nah. Well, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, for you guys, Malachi Starks went somewhere else in this draft, and hopefully he does in real life.
He'll be gone long before the Eagles pick unless they move all the way up the board to go get him. And the crazy thing about it, I can see them doing that. Because CJ Gardner-Johnson getting up in age.
Yeah, so CJ Gardner-Johnson, he gets his own way a lot. He gets in his own way a lot, man. Hey, man.
What's good?
How y'all doing? Hey, man, I'm just saying, you know.
I said linebacker or double dip at defensive tackle.
Hey man, honestly, in this type of draft, bro, you really can go any route because I think honestly, I believe our first two picks are good picks, man. Nolen and Prince man. I think the chemistry getting those two on the same team. That's something that you're starting to build. Guys who are familiar with one another, who can come in and get familiar with your coaching staff. You put your hands on them, like have them using their strengths. I'm just saying, guys, we make it have something in the trenches. We got to get younger in the trenches. And what's holding us back from doing that is holding on to guys like David, who doesn't deserve it, and holding on to guys like Grady, who we love. But at the end of the day, it's a business.
Yeah, I mean, he's declined a little bit. So that's that. But
right. 10 sacks in 3 years.
I want to go with Ricky White too, Dr. Gunter. That's just my gut feeling because I just think that they still need one more weapon for Michael Penix. And yeah, Casey Washington is on the team.
I was just about to say, what do we think about Casey Washington then?
Hey, but he's still developing. So, I mean, if somebody comes in and outplays him, that's nobody's fault but his. So, I'm thinking Ricky White as well, Dr. Gunter.
We got a couple. I'm talking about. We got a couple folks in here talking about linebacker now. Let's see, cover linebacker. I think free agency may draft may address linebacker though. And honestly, I'm gonna be with you, Dog Pound. I really hope that we do address that in free agency. I would love to go get like a Nick Bolton or a Zach Bond. Somewhere in that area, like those two guys are 1 and 2 for me.
But what would they cost? That's the problem. What would they cost?
That extra salary cap
just won a Super Bowl.
That extra salary cap. The salary cap would go up. Yeah, the salary cap to go up. So we're just gonna use that money on one of them.
But will they make enough room to take on one more big contract?
I mean, of course, we don't know, bro. I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking about game changers, somebody that you don't have to coach a lot.
This is a name that I'm looking at because I did a video on him too, being a free agent target, Jamie Sherwood. That's a name that y'all got to look out for, man. He came in the league as a safety, switched to linebacker, so he has those instincts. He can cover. He plays well against the run. So that is a name that y'all keep an eye on. If they can go get a name like that in free agency,
he's still out there. Y'all saying he's still out there right now?
Yes, he's still out there. Jamie Sherwood is still out there.
Sheesh. I mean, so we do need safety.
Wide receiver, double dip at tackle, double dip at defensive tackle. What we gonna do?
Man. All right, looks like the way it looking like. Yeah, I know it, but I just don't think we're gonna go with that many defensive tackles. I don't think.
No, I don't see it. But I do see them get another weapon for Michael Penix to make him just a little bit more comfortable. This is why I say this is the perfect spot to take a wide receiver.
I can say this. I'm cool with safety. I'm cool with that wide receiver because, I mean, I'm seeing in the chat and everything, a lot of people, I don't know a whole lot about Ricky White. That's why I haven't said a lot about him. But, I mean, I'm trusting you guys' judgment and everything like that in him. And, I mean, it sounded like he could be a sleeper. Sounded like somebody who can come in and be that slot receiver for Michael Penix. And, I mean, so I'm cool with wide receiver. I'm cool with linebacker.
Safety still on the board. If you want to go safety,
that's what I was about to say. I'm good with safety because we need safety help. I mean, even whether you bring back Simmons or not. I mean, and honestly, you got to remember, we still got DeMarco Hellams, but I believe you can't have enough safety and cornerback help, especially nowadays where, so people are going to be throwing the ball more often than not. So I'm not mad if we go safety here at all. Right. Like you said, you got Reed out there. You got Malachi Moore out there. I already got a special spot for him. His last name is Moore. What can I say? But, it's just. Hey, man, you can't go wrong with a Moore.
212, physical and instinctive safety, well-rounded skill set. Allows them to contribute in all phases of the game. Run support, strong tackling, range, sideline to sideline, plays aggressive. And he also has overcommitting problems with, also has a high football IQ and leadership qualities. So
Hey,
that is something that I would love to see on the Falcons.
Is LeJounte Wester still available? I know Sports HBCU was he actually has they actually said that name twice already, actually.
What position he play? Because I can't.
Wide receiver.
Okay. Yes, he's picked 244. He's actually 5'9", 177. So he's a little bit on the smaller side as well. But Ricky White, I've watched his film, had 1,483 yards 2 years ago, double-digit touchdowns, and he's just a playmaker. And he's also likely to be a special teams guy. So that's the upside with Ricky White.
Mm-hmm. They were saying a burner. Khalil Mack would be cheaper. We still have Hodges. And that's another thing, too. Are we going to bring back Kadero Hodge, who went to the Pro Bowl as a special teamer? I mean, do you see anybody really offering Kadero Hodge, some extra money? I mean,
with special team players, one thing about special team players, they are loyal to where they fit the best. And throughout his entire career, Atlanta is the only team that really gave him a chance. I watched him in Cleveland. I watched him in Detroit. And the Falcons the only one that gave him a shot to even play wide receiver.
Right.
So I think with playing time, I think Atlanta, makes the most sense. So I think they could sign him for a little bit of net and keep him. And then we talk about receiving the draft. That might be one less need.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Kadero at all. I feel like he's just, if you look at Kadero Hodge, he's made like plays for us in different aspects of the season, different junctures of the season, to where it's just like, he just came in the clutch. It's just one of those players that just always like the cleanup man. He brought him in and he was able to do things, of course, against Tampa Bay, of course, against the Aints. So Kadero Hodge is one of those players that you just want to keep on your team if you can. Almost kind of like how the Patriots with Matthew Slater, it seemed like he used to do everything for them, like kind of like that.
I can see that. But so what we going, wide receiver, safety, or linebacker?
Okay, you already know. If we're going corner, put a 1 in the chat. If we're going safety, put a 2 in the chat. Linebacker, put a 3 in the chat. Let's get it. We're getting close to the end of this thing, man. We're getting close. It's been fun, man. I want to do more.
We gonna roll, man.
Yeah, we gotta do this again.
We stretch it out to a whole hour for y'all, man. Give me y'all breakdowns and everything.
Let's see what we're gonna do. We can always pick up wide receivers in free agency, Reed GA says, and that's true too. That is true too. Let me see. We got 2 3s right now.
So what was option 3?
Option 3 was linebacker.
Okay.
Yeah, cornerback was number 1, safety number 2, linebacker number 3, and honestly, we need linebackers. We know this. It's not a guarantee we're going to be able to get Super Bowl winning linebackers to bring them to the Atlanta Falcons. Even though you would definitely want that pedigree.
This is top-rated linebackers left. Smael Mondon, 6'3", 235. Combines average athleticism, reliable coverage skills, and that's what we need. Versatile asset for NFL teams. Had a foot injury last year, so he missed most of the season. But he's a strong tackler, has the speed and the range to pursue rushes, and has a skill set that makes him adaptable to the variety of defensive schemes. And that's what you need, man. That's what you need. So is it going to be linebacker? It looks like it's going to be linebacker.
Right now, it looks like it's going to be linebacker because we got one more 3 than we do 2 right now. And really, we got more than that because ATLGA Faithful, our boy D just pulled up. What it do, man? And he said,
Hey man, y'all, please
Smael is
go
the
check
guy.
out ATLGA Faithful, man. He getting closer to 1,000 subs, man. Please
Yes,
go
he
help my
is.
guy get to those 1,000 subs, man, so y'all can bless him financially. Even though that's not what he do it for, he's worked hard enough. He deserved that. But he said he pounded the table for Smael. Yeah, I could see that too. Him or Dumas Johnson, either or. So linebacker, I'm looking at Smael Mondon as well.
All right, so is it going to be Monday or is it going to be Dumas Johnson? Let us know what we going linebacker. But if you had to pick one out of the two, you going former dog Dumas Johnson or current dog?
Jay Knight said Dennis Stutzman is his guy. So we're gonna look at Stutzman right quick. Says, he's a bigger linebacker. He's sort of in the Troy Anderson range at 6'4", 245. So he has impressive density and length on his frame, impressive feel for finding creases to make plays around the line of scrimmage, 4.5 speed, no slower than 4.8. So I mean, he would say he won't be a game-changing player in coverage, but when you're talking about against the run, he one of the best, and you probably can use him as a down lineman or a blitzer as well. So that's one you have to look at.
Dang, that's tough. But these are the good options, though, Falcons fans. These are the options. And somebody said it earlier. It might have been Michael Giesky. It might have been him. He said, look at all the value that you can gain by trading back.
Yeah, he said that early. Right.
Yeah. This just goes to show you.
So we got another vote for Smael Mondon, so that's 3. So that's what we're going to roll to. We're going to go Smael Mondon at linebacker because we definitely need the help there. And we're going to go to these 2 7-round picks. And then these, to me, really going to be project developmental players. And Kobe King, that's one of my favorite linebackers in this draft. Kobe King is a downhill nightmare.
Let's see who. So who's left now? Are you willing to even possibly? Well, I mean, we took Pierce, so we're sitting Pierce. Would you think about looking at anybody else on the offensive line, or do you believe that we'll be able to bring back Drew Dahlman, who said he wants to be a Falcon, by the way? And I know,
that's a great question. Honestly, I don't think they shell out the money to do that. I think they would rather start back over at the center position than to pay that kind of money. Because think about it, if you're trying to shell money from the cap space and build cap space, signing him would set you back. And if you sign him, you're definitely going to have to get rid of one of your big contract guys, no matter if it's Grady, McGarry, or whoever.
I mean, I'm actually okay with that because, like, again, chemistry is underrated in football, and we got continuity on that offensive line. I can't say there's continuity on the defensive line because if it was, we'd have more sacks. We wouldn't be one of the worst teams in sacks in the last 10 years.
Facts. Who we got so far? We got Walter Nolen. We traded back, pick 31. From Ole Miss, we got his teammate Princely Umanmielen at pick 46. And we got a steal, I think, in Darien Porter at pick 63 from Iowa State. Hollin Pierce, the 6'8", 345 offensive tackle from Rutgers with that other that was a 3rd-round pick, correct? So Smael Mondon is our latest pick on the linebacker. So it's been a defensive-heavy draft, which we all probably want to see. So this would be
we gotta be an ugly draft for the Falcons, regardless. We gotta hit in them trenches, man. That's where the games are won.
So to cut down on one of these picks, I'm gonna satisfy one of the followers. He's been saying LeJounte Webster. So one of those 7-round picks, we need a receiver.
Oh, he's still there, LeJounte?
So do I. So we're gonna take LeJounte Webster with one of those picks.
Ooh, Jimmy Horn Jr. was out there too.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Oh, Arian Smith was out there.
Dang.
He's a burner.
Yeah. Dang, that's tough right there. I don't know. I mean, if I would have seen all them options, I don't know. I would have had to think about it. I mean, Jimmy Horn Jr., I think he's going to be okay. I really do. We're going to have to see, though. We're going to have to see. I know he's a project, but my thing is, shoot, I was seeing what he was doing against, did you see how he did Shiloh Sanders?
Yeah, I saw that.
Good, man. I said, you know that Deion's kid, right?
This is a sleeper at tight end, Jackson Hall from Georgia Tech. He's a blocking tight end, 6'4", 252. So if they want to bring in extra run support, Jackson Hall could be an option with the 7th-round pick. Let's go back to defense, cornerback.
We already took the safety. We took a safety, didn't we?
Did we? I don't think so. No, we didn't.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
safety,
we probably need that.
Kenny Gallup Jr. is my pick for safety because he's been my 7th-round pick in both of my drafts. You talk about a guy he's about 6 feet, about 215. Great range. Plays the run well. He's more of a box safety, so he would probably be a box safety in the NFL, and he would be probably pretty good. He'll be a pretty good special teams player.
Hey, pull up Jeremiah Cooper right there. Yeah, he's down some blow. Yeah, that guy right there.
Say one safety prospects in the Big 12, even with a dip in his stats. Athletic, quick downhill instinct, strong route recognition, and excellent awareness. So concerned about his size and physicality could push him to early day 3 in the draft. So he's fell all the way to the 7th round. And that's mainly because you see his size, he's only 185.
But you see what his intangibles. He got intangibles.
But would you double dip at safety? And I wouldn't be mad because I think the only people we got on roster right now is Jesse Bates and Micah Abernathy. So
yeah, I mean Jesse. I mean, I feel like regardless, we need to tighten up that secondary anyway because teams run the ball, yeah, but at the end of the day, you still got to be able to take away the big play. And, you don't know exactly. I mean, Richie Grant most likely is not going to be a Falcon. We know we're going to have Helms come back. You got Jesse Bates. Justin Simmons may try to go back to the Broncos. We don't know. And it's just you're going to have safety help. You got to have safety and cornerback help.
So will Justin Simmons re-sign on a cheaper deal? That's the question.
I mean, he never said that he didn't want to be in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I know compared to him and Matthew Judon, I think that Simmons wouldn't mind coming back compared to Judon. Judon may just been like, bro, I'm good because, just the body language and, things being said after the season was over. I know it's initial feelings, you got to calm down and get over things, but I can see us possibly not bringing back Judon so we can get that contemporary pick. Just because we need more picks, I can see us doing that as well.
Here go an idea. Tyler Algier last year his deal. And he's probably going to get trade offers on draft night, and he's probably going to get a nice size deal when he's a free agent, simply because of what he's done. As I look at 2 of these running backs on this list, Trevor Etienne in Georgia, he's a
what?
Back. He's
still on the board?
Yeah, he's a good receiver out the backfield. Donovan Edwards, who's a power runner. And if y'all don't know Donovan Edwards, y'all should because he went to the University of Michigan. He's 5'11", 215. Versatile running back. He also is a good playmaker. He can catch the ball out the backfield pretty good. So
it's really sad to see. Real quick, it's really sad to see the value of running backs just go down for a guy like Trevor Etienne to be in the 7th round, still on the board.
Yeah,
That's
the way the draft goes sometimes.
that is crazy.
Mad Mike say he think he rather have Judon. Whew.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at that. And like you said, Simmons said he wants to return,
Yeah,
and
money wise.
yeah,
Money wise.
yeah.
Money wise makes sense.
And my thing is, the thing about Judon too, though, we didn't do him a good service. So you get pass rushers to make them go after the quarterback, right?
Yeah,
so
but you
why
still
do
gotta
we
have that
have
push up
him
front.
in coverage? Right, I'm just saying, but why do we even put this man in coverage? My thing is, that's not a 21-year-old Judon. That's not a 25-year-old Judon.
That was the sign of an inexperienced defensive coordinator. That's what that was. Any coordinator with experience would have knew not to do that bullshit.
Come on, bro. Like, you gotta go after the quarterback, okay? I just didn't understand that.
Yeah, I don't. But last position, last pick. What position y'all gonna go?
I'm about to say, talk to us. Last position here.
My last pick, I would pick Donovan Edwards. I go running back, pick up another running back. Yeah, I know we got the Jace McKellen kid from Alabama.
No, I'm saying, I'm like,
is on the practice squad, but bring in.
You're gonna have to start cutting some ties.
Yeah,
man, I mean, you better start cutting some ties with some of these jokers.
I'm thinking though, if Tyler Algier is up for trade draft night, you got to think about running back, and that's the only thing I'm thinking about. But
I just don't believe that the Falcons. I just don't believe that the Falcons are going to trade Tyler Algier. I really don't.
They may not, but it's just something to think about.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely something to think about. Giving them something to think about. Let's see what we're saying in the chat. Old school football, I would go safety. Yep, because he old.
Oh no, we didn't go safety. So yeah, safety would be something to look at. But like I said, my pick would probably be Kenny Gallup Jr., safety out of Howard. The dude is an athletic freak, and he's a box safety, and I think that's something that the Falcons need. We got that in DeMarco Hellams, but DeMarco Hellams is going to need time to get back on track after sitting out a full season with injury. So he's going to need time to come back. And Kenny Gallup could probably, help us on special teams, or who knows, he could take that starting spot. So safety is something that we should look at. Is there anybody on the board? Anybody in the chat that y'all like? Chris like Jeremiah Cooper, which is not a bad pick. 6 feet 185. He's a little bit on the small side. He's a free safety.
Mm-hmm. I still like Gallup as well. I would take Gallup as well, though. You know what I'm saying? Just putting it out there. I would take him as well. I'd take either or. Really would.
Yeah, so we'll go. We
need a kicker.
But see, kickers, you can get a kick in free agency. There's no problem. You can go get and honestly, I'm gonna tell you what the Falcons might do. They might look at the XFL, UFL. I'm sorry, the UFL, and see who's kicking well, because there's an NFL team that did that last year. Brought in the UFL kicker, he did fine. So you can take that route, because I think Younghoe Koo's cap numbers was around $3 to $4 million this year. So I mean, who knows? But Jeremiah Cooper or Kenny Gallup, who we taking?
And I say go Gallup. I think Cooper would be a little bit more of a project than him. So yeah, I would probably go Gallup.
Okay. So this is your lineup, Atlanta Falcon fans. It's your draft picks. As you know, we traded the number 15 pick all the way back to number 31 with the Kansas City Chiefs. And we came out nicely with what we got in return. We possibly got a pretty good corner in Darien Porter. Hollin Pierce, the huge mammoth offensive lineman, 6'8", 345, out of Rutgers. And we went mainly defense in this draft because we need depth on defense. We added a piece on the offensive line with Hollin Pierce. He could sit behind Caleb McGarry for a season, or if they want to bring in another veteran, there's one out there named DJ Humphries that can play the right side pretty well. To learn behind him, Elijah Wilkinson, who's he's a versatile offensive lineman that can play guard or tackle. So it's options out there, and you got to remember with the practice squad what we have as well. So if y'all go look on the practice squad, y'all see exactly what we have backup wise. So it's interesting to see, but I think Smael Mondon may be a sleeper in this draft. Walter Nolen, whose name is going to rise in this draft, and to get him at number 31, I think it's going to be a steal. But when you line two teammates up at the next level that are used to playing with each other, I think that's a recipe for getting more sacks. Because
chemistry, man.
I think Jeff Ulbrich and Raheem Morris are going to come up with a good plan this year because, as y'all seen last year, down the stretch, those 4 games where the defense turned around, started getting sacks, that was all Raheem Morris and Jerry Gray. Don't let nobody tell y'all different. That was not Jimmy Lake. So if they can dial up defenses like that, then, hey, we have a bright future.
Let's see. He said question mark on Porter and Hollis Pierce. I think that the Hollis Pierce was more so like this one of those depth signings. I don't expect him to. Yeah. It's just that now the Porter thing. I know he was like one of the fastest guys there, and at the same time, I think at the time he was like the best corner on the draft on the board at the time. So honestly, after trading back and going teammate, and then having that 63, it was a lot of guys gone. But this is still a decent draft. I think this is a pretty darn good draft, and you still got a 2026 fifth rounder that you can use next year, or maybe you use in a trade or something. You never know. But that's not bad right there.
Y'all go ahead and drop them draft grades. Y'all know how we do it, man. Drop them draft grades in the chat. Before we get out of here, man, shout out to my boy HELGA Faithful for coming through, man. We appreciate you as always, my brother. He said he just dropped a video on fixing the Falcons roster through free agency and the draft. So y'all, please go check that out, man. Show my boy some love because, like I said, he putting in work just like we putting in work, and we truly appreciate him always supporting us, man. So we got A so far, man. We appreciate y'all. Mike Brock said depth doesn't matter if you don't have difference makers. That's true.
That's true.
One real difference maker of any of those picks. Let's hope we do well in free agency. I don't know. I got to see what they're going to do in the pros. I can't say they're not difference makers. That's honestly, we won't know until they hit the field. So when they hit the field, then we'll know. So, we just swinging for the fence just like everybody else, praying we come up with a strategy and a plan.
And just to add a little context to that, a Super Bowl winning GM just recently said that the draft is nothing but a crapshoot.
Yeah, it's 50-50 from first player all the way to last player. It's 50-50.
Just want to say that. I mean, Howie Roseman just recently said that out of his own mouth. You know what I'm saying? They just won the Super Bowl. It's a crapshoot. You take a chance.
Mike Brock gave us a C-. I'm fine with that.
Hey, man, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't please everyone. And at the end of the day, these guys still got to hit the field. They still got to hit the field.
We just having fun, man. We just having fun. That's all.
Hey, I want to do this again, though, man. We have to do this again, though.
Yeah, we can do it again. We can do it 2.0. We'll do it in a couple of weeks. Give it time to boil over. Matter of fact, I tell you what we do. When the new league year starts, March the 12th, the day is the 19th. So in exactly 3 weeks, we will do another one. New league year, we will have an idea of what we're going to need, because if they sign somebody, we'll know which way to go. We'll know how much cap space we'll have. So we'll know probably more on Kirk Cousins. So, hey, we'll do one.
Draft needs could be different. Draft needs could be different by then. Guys could rise, guys could fall.
Man, we'll definitely let you jump in, GA. No doubt. But, yeah, man, we'll know a lot more in 3 weeks because I think I'm gonna do probably one more mock before the new league year starts, and then after the new league year starts, I'll do another one on my channel. So it's going to be interesting to say the least, man. But this draft, man, it's pretty fun, man. It's pretty fun. We enjoy y'all feedback, and like Chris said, man, we're going to do it again. But
Oh yeah, fun.
If you mean Harrison Smith, he's a little bit over the hill.
I think Harrison Smith about 37 for it.
He's about 34, 35, somewhere in there. But yeah, I think his best days are behind him. If he's going to be a depth piece, I have no problem with it. But let me see. I can look it up right quick. He is 36. He just turned 36 on February 2nd. So let me see. I can look at his contract value right quick. See what his market value may be. But yeah, I think he's a little bit over the hill. And honestly, he may retire, or he may re-sign with the Vikings for a lesser contract because he's comfortable there and he could be just a rotational piece. His calculated market value is only $5.8 million. That's not bad. But again, at 36 years old, I mean, come on, let's be real.
I'm not saying then we just had this at the quarterback position. Let's not go get these old relics.
Let's be real.
Great player for a long time.
Right.
Respect.
Say a prayer for me, ATLGA Faithful. I really appreciate it, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's been a good player for a good while. He was former Pro Bowler, man. He's had a stellar career, man. I will give him that. He's had a very stellar career in the NFL. But 36 years old.
I just couldn't get jiggy with it, man.
Just don't see it. He's been around since 2020.
Yeah, not at my safety position. Like Justin Simmons was cool
so
because I know that was 30, 31. But 36, that's an extra 5 years of age on him. And and then let's just be honest, man. I just feel like he'll come here and be out for the season. I'm good.
And the crazy thing is they have his calculated market value at 5.8. We only paid 7 for Justin last year. So think about that. But he's a former Pro Bowler, man. And the crazy thing is, one season he had 5 interceptions, 150 yards in return yards, and 1 defensive touchdown. He had 37 career interceptions and 4 interception return for touchdown. So yeah, he's had a stellar career, but at this point, man, I just think it's best for him to stay in Minnesota. If he's going to chase a ring, he can do that. But honestly, I think that's about all he can do. But before we get out of here, man, please tell everybody where to find you, man. You know what to do.
Hey, man. Chris Tipmore, man. A1 Forever Sports. That's the platform on YouTube. Please come over, like, comment, and subscribe, man, and make you know what I'm saying, A1 Forever Sports one of your first go-to when you need Braves, when you need Hawks, when you need Falcons, man. Pull up over here. I know this morning, me and John from Out of Your Falcon Mind, and also T Will from For My ATL Sports One, we did some Braves talk. And so make sure you go check that out as well. Yeah, man, that's going to be probably a weekly Wednesday thing, just talking about the Braves as we're gearing up for baseball season. So check that out. Also come over and check your boy out at the Hawks Digest as well, man. We just went over 1,000 subs over there. Page is growing, and it's all because of you guys. So, you know, so please continue to like, comment, and subscribe over there as well. Twitter, A1 Forever. Instagram, A1 Forever. And also the real A1 Forever on TikTok, man. Come on over, have a sports conversation, or just say what's up, man. You passing through. It is what it is. Hey, man, I appreciate it all.
Facts. And y'all know where to find me, man. As always, find me on Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube. Find me on the NFC South Roundtable, also on YouTube every Tuesday. They're dropping videos. We're doing pre-records right now. And we'll be dropping more content soon. But if you missed the last couple of Tuesdays, go back and check those out, man. I give my update on the Atlanta Falcons, and my compadres give their updates on the Saints, Panthers, and Bucks. Because those are now my brothers, and we always have a good time, man, on NFC Side Roundtable, talking football, cracking jokes, and giving y'all knowledge. But as always, man, it's always a pleasure to bring y'all this content. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we truly appreciate it. And we're going to holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.
Peace.